things at once.
No one cares about you, Bill.
Yeah, that's all good.
Just saying, no one fucking cares about you, Bill.
Things
Just
at once.
shut your fucking mouth. No one cares about you, Bill.
Am I real far up on the
That's
screen?
all good.
Just saying, no
I
one.
think you're good.
Okay.
Bill's just
He's
frozen.
trying to get me all wound up to see if I'll go savage
That's
tonight.
basically, yeah. Good job.
Yes.
He does have a fucking brain.
So, how you fellas doing tonight?
Hey, someone's got the stream playing. I
Oh,
hear
that's
it.
me. Sorry.
Yeah, good fucking job on your own fucking show, Steve. Wow.
I was just seeing if you guys were paying attention. That's all.
Oh.
So, Mr. Buddha Vapes, would you like to tell us something about yourself? A little about yourself?
Yeah. New reviewer on YouTube. Just Buddha Vapes is where you find me. Just trying to come at it from a guy that that vaping saved my life, guys. I had emphysema, a COPD, 300-pound man, and with bad lungs, I knew I wasn't going to last long. So I started vaping, ended up building, and building gave me a hobby, which became vaping my hobby, and I love it, guys. It saved my life. I know it for a fact. I used an inhaler. I had an inhaler in my car, an inhaler in my bathroom, inhaler downstairs. I had a nebulizer. And I don't use none of it no more. In less than a year. Less than a year. And so I'm just all about it, man. It's took me. That's all I can say, But yeah, I'm just just trying to do little videos to help some, people out, and that's what I'm about. So.
Well, I like that. I watched your video on the Wasp Nano RTA. It was actually very well done.
Thanks, man. Thank you. I just uploaded I did a little showdown of the Gear RTA and the Wasp Nano. I just uploaded it. Kind of see which one, my opinion and what I thought was better, I haven't seen that done, so hopefully I was the first one to do it. I don't know.
For which RDA?
RTA's the Gear,
yeah.
and then the Wasp Nano by Almir.
Yeah, I didn't see that done. I reviewed them both, but I didn't see that done.
Yeah, I didn't think I did either. And they're both single coil, both small capacity, and they're both little flavor bangers, man. You can't go wrong either way. I didn't think. And it's cheap. That's my thing, is I buy everything and I go out and bust my ass every day when I come home, and I want to order some stuff. I can't afford, $80, drippers, so I try to find, I like high end. I just, it's kind of hard to afford, so especially if you don't know you're going to like them or not. I hate to buy a $30 dripper or RTA and then get it and half of them I put in the damn closet, So.
See, but I feel like a lot of people fall into that, even if it is just $30. $30 is still $30, man.
Yeah.
That's actually, when I first started doing reviews, that's how I always felt. I still pay for my stuff now. I get some stuff every once in a while sent to me, but it's like, you got to really, I guess if you're doing it just for review, then you're getting something out of it regardless. You're getting a video, you're getting something to put out. But if you're just a consumer, to spend $30 on something you don't know if you're going to like, and you can't really resell them for anything because they're not going to go for what you got them for most times, you're taking a leap, a risk.
Yep. And that's pretty much that's kind of how I look at it. Is it's saved me, man, and like that's why I did a review on man and the RBA deck. I'm not into pods. That's not what I was. That's not what I enjoyed. But I enjoyed this little thing, man, with the RBA deck. The coils, I don't even want to talk about that. But this 1100 mAh, it lasts you pretty much every day. And me, I drive. So to have my top side and an RDA in my cup holder and the Pasito in my pocket if I got to go in and stuff, hey, that's what's up,
Yeah.
What got you into wanting to review though? Just because all the health issues and trying to get people
I just started watching everybody and building, and learning that's what like a lot of my reviews are going to be on products that I purchased and put one build in, vaped it, thought it was trash, put it in a closet, and then the more I learned on wicking, coil placement, what type of coil, what type of drip tip, you know, how it condenses your flavor 510 to 810 or mutes your flavor, stuff like that. You know, because like I bought the Rebirth and I hated it, you know, and then like just the hype behind, I'm like, hey man, everybody must be, it can't be, you know, it can't be Steve, you know, Phoenix Vapor and Bill saying that it's this good. And my experience was shit, you know, so I got it, put some different coils in it, you know, maybe not as big or maybe smaller, re-wicked it, placed my coils right, took my time with it, watched some reviews, and just seen how that helped me. And hey, maybe that'll help you, you know. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
I think
I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for vaping. So.
See, I think that's the biggest thing that people need to get from vaping is that it's not as dangerous as everyone puts in the media because, I mean, trust me, we've talked about this countless of times, but it always seems to be the same conversation, you know?
Well, my whole thing on it is you can't do a study on vaping and say it has this. Okay, look at the chemicals here that you're vaping, that you're consuming into your body, without comparing it to something else. You know, you can't say, hey, this Coca-Cola Classic's awesome, it's better than everything if you don't compare it to Pepsi. Well, what do you compare vaping to? Smoking. So, hey, okay, vaping might have this in it. And, oh, man, that sounds really horrible. But when you compare it to smoking, combusting a tobacco and inhaling it and what's going in your body, it's magnificently, incredibly 1,000 times better, you know? So that's kind of how I look at it. Yeah, I mean,
I think if you got a chance to pick up something that's kind of a mainstream for review, you should try to pick up the C-Roll RDA, man. I think you might find that would be pretty good.
Hey, I got you right behind me. Unless it went already to screensaver. Yeah, it did. I had the C-Roll right behind me. I was watching it, waiting on your link.
Yeah, it's a good RDA, man. I think if you like single coil, it's definitely a good one to pick up.
Yeah, that's what I'm into. When I first, you know, the TF24 Pro Series, I got it, loved it. My first setup, guys, was my wife's got my drag. Was the drag with the Goon, 2 batteries and a 2-battery charger. He charged me $60.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and that's got me off. I started on the stick prints with the TFB12 and my wife with the Baby Beast.
Bill works for Smock.
Yeah, Bill works there. Yeah.
I mean, that did it. You know, now if I would have known, like, so I wasn't into the Juul. Now I tried vaping back 19 years ago, man, back in like 2000, when it was a cigarette, looked like a cigarette, and the filter unscrewed from it, which that was the flavor, and then the white part was the battery, like $200 at a gas station.
That's crazy. That's how much, because now they're like everywhere, and they're like, I mean, those are nobody want. Well, I guess people who are transitioning do like those, but
yeah,
Bill used to use the flashlight.
Yeah. And the flashlight.
And if you remember, the charger was about 3 inches long. Like it literally wouldn't fit. You plug it into the wall, and it hung because it couldn't. So
I had both. I had that Cigalike where you could looked like a cigarette pack, and you got 2 batteries, which was the white part of the cigarette, and the pack actually was a charger. So you'd screw it down into the one charging port, and it kept like 4 pods in there. Yeah. That was the one where we had to go to the pet store and get that polyfill for the fish tank filters and stuff a little piece down in there to wick it. Way back.
How far. Yeah, it's crazy how far it's came, you know.
I just want to point out that Bill did not deny using a fleshlight. Thank you.
didn't hear him deny it, man.
I'm married, man.
Spice it up, man.
Well, hell, I got a fleshlight and my wife. No, I'm just kidding.
At the same time.
Hey, Bill, you can have both.
Nobody knows how to please me like me, okay? I know exactly what I like.
You know, a good woman would be like, hey, go use that, and then come in here and please me, and it won't be done in 30 seconds.
Oh, fuck. Oh, shit.
The wife bought it for Christmas for me.
Hey, Buddha, you should move to Massachusetts, because it sounds like you're a Minuteman.
You should have seen me before I started vaping and couldn't breathe, brother.
Yeah. Oh, same here, man. I had a lung collapse, which kind of led to me starting to vape. And, oh, man, for the first 6 months, it felt like I was dying when I would walk more than 10 feet. Fucking hated it.
That had to be scary there.
Oh, yeah, it was fucking scary as fuck. I was in ICU, it wouldn't reinflate. They were like, oh, if it doesn't reinflate within the next few days, we don't know what's going to happen. And I was like, oh, shit. And then, like, 7 hours before, like, the cutoff to where they were going to, like, start thinking about, like, a transplant and shit, it fucking reinflated. And they were like, oh, okay.
What? A car wreck or what happened?
Spontaneous. I was fucking... Literally, I had the day off work. I was chilling at home, and it felt like I was having a heart attack all of a sudden. I went to the first hospital, and I have anxiety. Like, I'm diagnosed with anxiety disorder, and so they're like, oh, you're just having an anxiety attack. Go wait over there. And I was like, I'm telling you, I've had anxiety attacks my whole life. This is not a fucking anxiety attack. And they're like, oh, whatever. So then I went to a different hospital in town. They sent me home, diagnosed me with bronchitis, but they had taken x-rays, and some x-ray technician who was like an intern was like, where's this guy with the lung collapse? I was going to put it in his file, but he's not in any of the room files. And they were like, guy with the lung collapse, what are you talking about? And so they called me, and I was already at home getting ready to go to sleep, and they're like, don't go to sleep. Can you call 911? I'm like, what?
Are you kidding me?
No joke. 2 hospitals almost killed me that night.
That's people who have been doing the same thing for a lot of years because they lose their heart. They don't care anymore.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah, and it actually was like, yeah, you know, man.
I also didn't have insurance, which I feel like was part of it. But
That's what I was getting ready to say. You probably wasn't paying cash or, That's sad, man.
yeah.
Wait, you guys could hear me before? My mic wasn't even plugged in.
Yeah, I could hear you.
You sound different. It sounds better now.
Sounds better now?
But I could hear you. It must have been like your webcam mic.
Yeah. That's what I
Sounds
was
more crisp. Yeah.
No, Carlos, I was not teenage vaping. I'm 31. Vaping wasn't really a thing when I was a teenager, but I was teenage smoking cigarettes.
Yeah, me too.
Actually, I was fucking preteen smoking cigarettes. So,
Yeah, I was 12 still in Bainbridge or Cambridge 100s from Bigfoot.
I don't know.
I really wasn't. No.
My mom got these things called Completes. They were like the cheap brand knockoff. They were knockoff Marlboros. Mountain Kings. No, they was Mountain Kings back then, and they were knockoff Marlboros. Like, their package looked just like Marlboros, but they weren't. And like the native reservations is where she would buy them, and they were like $1.50 a pack or something, which here is super cheap because everything else is like $10 a pack. And
It's 10, but where are you at?
Washington State.
And it's 10, but oh my God, man.
We had these cigarettes called Liggets, and they were like the worst, man. They tasted like you were smoking. Well, all cigarettes are bad, but these ones were extra bad, and they tasted like you rolled up like some fucking cat hair, and then you got the tobacco and put it in, and then you hit that shit, and then you'd be like, you know what I mean? And they were just so awful. But you know, when you can't really afford good cigarettes, that's what you buy.
I just wanted to point out that our chat just got a whole lot sexier. Louis Nicolette is here.
Yes. Yes. My dad was an old military guy, so we used to smoke those Lucky Strikes with no filter. But if I got really desperate, I'd steal my mom's, and she smoked those things, those fucking Eve Light 120s. And they were like a fucking coffee stir. But if you needed that nicotine, you'd take it.
Yeah.
I used to take my mom's cigarettes, and they were Winston's, dude, and those things were harsh as hell too. Those things were like smoking mini cigars, man. But I mean, when you're out of age and that's what you're smoking, I guess you're not too picky, you know.
That's true. At first,
I remember they tasted like shit, made me cough. I didn't like it, but I kept smoking them.
That's cigarettes are.
And you didn't have to buy them; they were that much better.
Yes. Yeah. You know, and you mentioned Lucky Strike. I was thinking, but right as you said that, I remember old like our grandpas, you know, smoked for 40 years, non-filter, Camel non-filters and Camel or in Lucky Strike non-filters, and 40 years, you know what I mean? But you don't see that these days. They just start adding so much, spraying so much stuff and carcinogens on that tobacco, man. That's what's killing.
Yeah, my son made a point. He used to steal his mom's cigarettes and he'd cut the filter off. I used to steal my mom's cigarettes, but I'd only cut half the filter off.
Yeah. That shows the times.
Well, you know that they put like later on, I know like later on when I was smoking, they put like that fire safety shit in cigarettes. And imagine how fucking bad that is for you, dude. You're fucking basically smoking fucking glue, dude.
Yeah, where it goes out and won't. Yeah. You know, and they're doing it for your safety.
Well, especially because in West Virginia, everybody just nodding off in West Virginia, burning their houses down here, so they had to do it.
It's the problem. It's typical married guys who have a cigarette after sex and fall asleep.
I don't. I just lay there.
I can't move. I do that half the time. She's like, "Get the fuck off me. We're done." I'm like, "Oh,
you ready to go at it, babe?"
I'm like, "I'm hungry, but I can't move yet. 5 more minutes. 5 more minutes.
Give me my inhaler."
She's like, "You've been sitting there standing still for longer than we fucking went at it. What the fuck?" No.
Straight fetal position, man. Straight, just go into the ball, dude. Just curl up afterwards. You know?
You see booty, he's going.
My wife got mad at me one time because we got done. I went outside the backyard to have a cigarette, and in Vegas we got this thing called the Ghetto Bird, and it's a low-flying helicopter that just goes back and forth hitting the city with spotlights. I got done. I'm standing outside, Stark the Jaybird. All of a sudden, smoking a cigarette. The Ghetto Bird comes by, puts the spotlight on me, and I'm just waving at him. I was like, "Get back in the house, you idiot!" I'm like, "They're looking in my backyard. I ain't looking in theirs."
Yeah.
That was what? That was like 1935.
Yep.
Back in the day.
He was like FDR in that damn New Deal. Fucking socialism. That was Bill.
Yeah.
So, have you guys ever seen or watched any videos of that Dr. Farsolino?
Yeah.
P. Pissardo has a video on him, but is where I first got turned on by him. Not turned on. I first watched him. I was like, man, that's a good doctor right there, man. I'm gonna tell these guys about it now. But
beat me to it.
Cardiologist or like a scientist and a doctor, but you know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? You know, if you watched him, it's really. I loved it when I watched it. It made me happy because I'm like, this is what the news and the media needs to put on TV. But you know, that's not traumatic bad shit. That's good news. They can't put good news on.
Right.
It's always got to be traumatic bad,
Right.
hurricaneful.
I don't think I've ever seen anything positive in the news about vaping ever. I don't think I've ever seen
the bad and the good. I mean, the bad here and the good in the UK boils down to one thing, and that's money. Now, over here, money, cancer's big business. So is tobacco. Now, but over in the UK, the country has to pay for their health care. So they want these people to be healthy. So they're saving money by getting everybody to quit smoking and go to vaping. That's it. So either way, it falls money, whether it's saving money or making money.
Yeah, they're putting it. There's no. Back in the day, you used to smoke in jails. You could smoke in the hospital, stuff like that. Well, now in my town, like if you're in jail in commissary, you can buy those little vape sticks that like the old ones we were talking about. So they'll sell those $13 a piece, dude. $13 a piece. They're just making a killing. So that's okay for them to make money off of it that way. But in the news, it's just horrible for you. In the UK, they're putting vape shops in hospitals. And why? Just like you said, Bill, they pay for their hospital care, their health insurance. So that's why they want to do that. It saves them money.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
It's crazy.
The thing is, you only find positive news about vaping on vape sites and on some places on Facebook and YouTube, but it's like it's not in the mainstream media. And it's like if you're going to be able to bash vaping, there should be a proponent to stand up for vaping as well on everyday news. If they want to be that way, there should be a side to both stories. It shouldn't just be shoving it down your face that vaping will blow up in your face. It'll cause your lung to collapse. It'll do this. It'll do that, and not give you 100% of the story.
Yeah. Like I have medical records. I can show you this diagnosed COPD, emphysema, and literally, hey, pretty much, dude, you're going to drown. The doctor told me he said, do you want to drown? Is that how you want to die? I said, no. He said, well, that's what you're going to do.
Oh,
I had a trash can next to me, a Hawker trash can, because I would just spit shit out of my lungs constantly. Dude, I don't cough and hack nothing up no more. Literally, man, I just can't. I can't say enough about it. I really can't. All this crap in the news of how bad it is, it's trash.
Yeah.
So before you started vaping, what did you think about vaping? Did you think that it was like destructive?
No. Love you too, baby. I was all for it. Like when we're talking about those, man, I'm a truck driver, man. I'm OTR over the road, I was driving from Indiana, Colorado, out Mount Shasta, California, and back, man. And I'm, sitting in that truck. You're just smoking, smoke. Well, I'm buying those, but they were shitty, so they didn't. It's not like today to where you can go and grab one of these or even a pod, man. I hate to even see it. A Juul, whatever, man. If they get you from smoking, it's 100%, maybe not 100%. I'm sure anything you're going to put in your body, you can't say, oh, it's good for you. Vaping's, I'm sure, not good for you. You know what I mean? It's not like, oh, I'm getting vitamin B from it or something. Well, I guess you can, though. You can vape vitamins. But pharmaceutical get money for that. So, but you can inhale an inhaler, and that's okay because you're inhaling their steroids. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, I wasn't really, I was for it because my lungs were trash, and I knew it was from the tobacco, but just back then it was good.
I think what's crazy is, like you just said, man, I used to cough shit up all the time, too, because I smoked, and now it's like, I can exercise more. I can breathe better. I don't ever cough shit up. And it's like, like you said, I understand air is the only thing you should be putting in your lungs, but when it comes to my choice of smoking or vaping, I'm going to choose vaping every day. You know what I mean? It's just hands down.
All day long, yeah.
Bill and I can both exercise more too now that we started vaping, but neither of us do.
Hey, I'm telling you, I gained But man, I've gained about 100 pounds when I quit smoking.
Me too. Well, yeah. You can
don't look
imagine.
like it. I do. No.
No, well, I did. Well, because I was also strung out for a long time, and during that time, I got down to 125 pounds at one point. I'm almost 6 feet tall, and I was down to 125 pounds. So now it's not quite 100 pounds, but I quit smoking.
You call 5'6" almost 6 foot tall?
The 5'11", yeah. And it's funny because my girlfriend makes fun. I'll be like, I'm 5'11" and 1/8. I gotta get that 1/8, right? Yeah, no, the drugs really got me fucking skinny as shit. I always used to be like, I don't want food to ruin my high. How fucking fucked up is your mindset if that's what you're saying? And then
I understand, bro.
And then when I quit doing drugs, there was like a 2-year gap, 3-year gap where I kept smoking cigarettes, and I gained like 10 pounds. So I was up to like 135, and now I'm up to 215 since I quit smoking. So not, 80 pounds, not quite 100, but 80 pounds.
Where did it all went to your feet?
No, bro. You've seen my dad gut. I got that. Look at that. Look at them rolls.
You fat ass.
More rolls than a Jewish bakery right there. Look at that. That's nasty.
Look at them big old titties. I got the big old titties.
My legs way more than you, bro. No, though, I mean, hey, that's true, man. And that's another thing. First, there's no hobby side or no nothing like that when it's smoking, man. You buy a pack of cigarettes, you smoke it on, it's trash. Me, I learned how to build, and just because at first when I got that TFB12 and the baby beast for my wife, and buying 3 coils was $21.99, so like $23, $24 after tax. And then you go buy a bottle of Naked or whatever juice, not trying to say a name, just whatever juice from your vape shop. Well, I was doing Pegasus milk for $10 for 15 mils. When you first get off of smoking, well, you're going through juice. I couldn't afford it, so I went back to smoking. For real. Yep. And then I kept paying attention. When I had juice, I would vape and smoke.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, this isn't good. I got to figure. And then I started watching Nick Devine and stuff like that. Learn how to build. And I remember doing my first round wire build. I was like, babe, I'm yelling at my wife, look, and I show her this little round wire, just an 8 wrap round wire 26 gauge. I'm like, we don't ever have to buy coils again.
That's a good feeling, man. Because when you start vaping, it's like the biggest thing is like, man, am I gonna be able to build these coils and put this cotton in it and be able to do this? And then when you do it, you end up saving a little bit more money. You get better flavor. It makes it a little bit more fun to do it that way.
Yeah. So I saved money building coils at first and kept buying juice long enough to where we started watching some DIY stuff like that, and we got spent about $100 at first from the money we saved not smoking and me building coils to be able to get us our VGPG, our Nick, and some flavors. And now the wife, that's kind of her hobby, and she makes all the juice for me, and I build all the coils, and I've been, let's see, actually October 1st, 1 year, no, not even one puff.
Hell yeah.
That's good.
Congrats, man.
Yeah, man. I mean, dude, I don't use it. So I went from emphysema, COPD, literally, man, dude, I went nowhere without an inhaler. Like I had to have it. I made sure I had put my rings on, put my wallet in my pocket, and I made sure I had my inhaler. Now it's got my wallet, I got my vape, I got a bag some juice. I'm good. You know.
That's it.
Yeah, but now you better get some pockets or something, man, because then you're gonna be walking around 3 mods a day. That's what I do, man. I'm already, before I started before we started this live, Eric would always have like 100 mods at one time, and I only used one all the time. And I was like, you know what? That's kind of a good idea, because then you kind of conserve your juice in a way, because you're using one time. So now I'm up to like carrying a backpack full of shit like he was. So it's like the rabbit hole gets deeper and deeper, man.
And now I've cut back, and I'm only using like 7 at a time. 7. 3 pods and 4 mods.
Yeah.
I like the fact that I can bring 4 different mods, and I don't get that juice boredom.
Yeah.
That you're vaping the same juice over and over again.
Yeah.
Because every one of them's got a different juice in them.
Well, if you were to just use Keep It 100, you'd never have that issue. Ask Mark Weenus. He knows about it.
I don't know. I was going back and forth between Mark and FC. I don't know if I should do the sad boy thing or the Keep It 100 thing.
I'm sorry, it froze. I did not hear you, William.
I didn't know who to go with, Mark or our fictitious character, because it's either the Keep It 100 or I go to sad boy. It's one or the other.
Yeah, they like both.
Pegasus milk was brought up earlier, and I just wanted to say, Steve, you got something in your chin? You didn't wipe out?
No, that's sheep milk.
Oh, sheep. Oh. Not your sister wife?
I got to show you guys something. This is Fat Rabbit, and it's called Bastard Berry, and it is a combination of blueberry pie and raspberry. It's like blueberry, raspberry, and something else. It is fucking good.
I'm about to bring my millennial side out because I'm a bastard, and I'm really offended by that.
Yeah.
The name of that product.
Yeah.
I didn't know my daddy.
Someone's offended.
I didn't know my daddy. I can't talk to you anymore, Bill. I mean, in fact, I'm bye.
You know what? It's okay that you can't talk to me anymore, because that will save me some headaches during the week. So
Hey, Bill, he's finally gone. Yes.
That's it. Bilberry cannoli. It's actually really good.
I was gonna say, Bill, you gotta have the most overly aggressive flavors I've ever seen.
Yeah, he does. Bastard berry.
Hey, that sounds. See, I'm into desserts. I'm into that. So that sounded really badass. Like I think they were trying to say like instead of a cherry or an apple, it's like if you use like a raspberry. What'd you say? Raspberry and what?
It's blueberry, and it's called EBC Labs. Put it in the chat. Blueberry and bilberry cannoli. It's actually really good. It's a dessert flavor without being overly like sweet and like getting bored with it within a first couple hits.
Excuse me, Bill. What is a bilberry?
Like the flavors I'm in.
What the hell is a bilberry?
That was really good. I ordered it, believe it or not, based on the picture that was on the website, because it just looked like the most awesome pie I've ever seen in my life.
Wait, did you just make up your own fruit and call it a bilberry?
No.
Oh.
EBC Labs put it in. It's made by EBC Labs. That's the same guy who made this. Yeah. So that's why they're paired together.
Sure, Bill. Sure, whatever you got to tell yourself, Bill.
He's in the chat. Don't do it with me.
Oh, okay.
Oh, an Italian blueberry is a bilberry. Okay.
What the fuck is a bilberry, man? That shit ain't real.
It's
a berry hanging off of Bill's.
Sounds delicious.
Yeah, motherfuckers. You're killing me. Like fucking doing a live stream with my kids.
Oh, here he goes talking shit about millennials again.
There he is, man.
I actually saw this thing the other day that proved that millennials thought hard work was more important than the generation before them. What do you say now, Bill?
Yeah, Bill.
No, that's because the hard work of the generation before them supports them right now. That's why they think it's hard work.
Is that right, Bill?
Bill, one time I stood in my yard and told people to get off too. I understand.
Hey,
I mean, I get it.
My son's in the chat. You can't be offended. I've wiped your ass, okay? You're not allowed to be offended. Shut up.
How does that make you feel, though, Bill? Does that make you feel savage at all? Maybe a little bit.
Always sad. Kind of like the Hulk. You know what? That's the trick. I'm always angry.
You remind me more of Saul Goodman. I gotta say.
So, Bill, you wanna tell us something that makes you savage, or you wanna just?
I have something, but it's not really fleshed out completely. I don't know how to put it together.
Fleshed out? Does that mean of the skin?
Fleshed out, not fleshlight, fleshed out.
Fleshed out. Here comes my wife running now.
So the only thing that's been annoying me is like with the holiday weekend, we got a lot of people from out of state driving in our city.
Bill, can I do some things first?
Go ahead.
Before you really start going, can I get your theme music going? And you know,
put my theme music up there.
Gotta get the crowd ready, Bill.
We got to get the crowd going. You know what I mean? We got to get the.
I think you should release a line of e-juice themed lubricants. E-juice themed and flavored lubricants, personal lubricants. I think that would be a good idea.
Well, I mean, technically, you could just get 0% nicotine and use that, man.
I thought we're supposed to get fucking savage. What the fuck's going on?
All right, we're getting savage. I don't know. I just have an issue. Like, all right, I think driving has gotten worse and worse as the years go on. I don't know what the fuck it is.
It's you.
No, it's not me because I still drive like a cop. I can't help it. I still drive like a cop. I still do 10 miles everywhere I go.
Does that part never leave you or something? Once a cop, always a cop?
Dude, once you go through that EVOC course, dude, I tell you, your life changes. You will never drive the same. But like, joking around, I always call me a racist, but I have realized this weekend that my arch nemesis on the road driving is a senior citizen female Asian driving a Mercedes.
Oh, here he goes. Bring race into it again. Here he goes.
Especially if they have California license plates. Wow, those people cannot fucking drive for
Whoa.
shit. They get in the wrong lane, do 10 miles an hour under the speed limit. No offense. The lanes go like this. The right lane is if you're about to exit. The middle lane is if you're doing the speed limit. The left lane is either do the speed limit or get the fuck out of the way. That's how it should be.
In Jersey, that's how you use the shoulder.
I think it would help if there wasn't so many tents on the side of the road.
Oh yeah. Well, like outside the edge of town, it's really cute. There's somebody sleeping all over the side of the road. You see those people? They take naps on the side of the road.
Do you guys forget what I do for a living?
What was that?
I'm a social worker, Bill.
I was just talking about your clientele, man.
I was wondering when you said, "How does that make you feel?"
And I'm formerly homeless, so I mean,
I was a kid,
I was a kid, so it wasn't really my fault. But
my damn cheeks are hurting.
I just, if you have some courtesy, if you see a car behind you and he's like leaning to the left a little bit to see if he can get around you,
pump your brakes.
Pull the needle out of his arm.
So, do you get road rage, Bill?
Jesus, I would imagine.
I do.
Look at him smiling all big. He's proud of it. He's proud of it. I fucking do get road rage. You're fucking right, I do.
I brake check
fucking
everybody.
Asian Californian old woman.
How dare you?
I will literally no joke. Billy knows this. My son knows this, and I don't know.
Billy, by the way, I pray for you every night. So anyway, go ahead.
Anybody who's in Vegas knows that from the Strip up to Rainbow Boulevard on Spring Mountain is known as Chinatown. I literally intentionally put 20 minutes out of my way to avoid that section of town. You don't want to drive through there. It's fucking horrible.
And it's not because it's the driving. He just doesn't want to see Asian people.
Discrimination to the best.
Bill's the guy going, you don't slow down at a yellow light.
No, in Vegas, red doesn't mean stop. Red means 3 more cars can get through before the next one.
Oh, man. Shit.
Now I know everything about you, Bill.
There's a running joke. People say that Bill's racist, and what else do they say about you? There's something else. You hate millennials.
Pretty much.
You're old. You're an old racist who hates millennials.
Yeah.
That avoids Chinatown and yells at old women at yellow lights.
Yeah.
Wait, one other thing I have a problem with.
Oh.
I don't fucking get this. Little tiny women driving these big fucking jacked up trucks. No, wait, let me finish.
At least you didn't say little tiny Asian women. Well,
Yeah.
No, Asian women. I just said any tiny little jacked up truck. And no offense, the closest these trucks have ever come to being off-road is when they accidentally backed over their fucking next-door neighbor's flower garden. All right? Why do you need this big fucking huge truck? You know, I was laughing because I was sitting in Walmart parking lot a couple weeks ago watching this 5-foot-tall woman try and jump up and grab the hatch from her fucking Suburban and close it. She had to literally climb up on the bumper and hang from the fucking door to close it down. It's like, what do you need that for?
Zach Vapes. Yeah, he what he doesn't know is that I'm an eighth Asian, and that my son is half Asian. So keep at it, Bill. We'll see you next time I'm in Vegas. We'll see.
See, look, Bill, he doesn't understand.
My grandpappy was Asian.
Bring it.
Oh,
Zach?
those women drive the trucks to avoid creeps like you, man. You know
That's
what I mean?
true.
No, they look like fucking retards because they got to climb.
Oh, here he goes.
Now it's mentally challenged people.
Yeah.
He's offending everybody, man. He's equal distribution of all discrimination.
He equally. Oh, I like that. You're rapping.
Short women.
Look, we just $5,000 mudding tires, and there's not a speck of dirt on it. No, that's if you're buying a fucking. You see these like little tiny girls driving this big jacked up fucking Jeep, Rubicon edition with the big fucking.
Well, at least they're
railroad
usually hot.
This truck has never seen dirt in its life.
Now, I do hate that. Seeing a nice Ford F-250 or F-350 with some street wheels on it. You know what I mean? Don't put 22s on an F-250. You know what I mean? I don't want to see some 24s with some spinner wheels. I don't want to see it on an F-250. That's dumb as hell.
Exactly, but that's my problem. And don't sit there. I mean, I understand. Okay, maybe you want to pick up a big redneck. Okay, that knock yourself out. But as soon as he sees that you don't know how to drive that vehicle properly, you're gonna fucking be single again anyway. So who gives a shit?
Well, you just offended half of West Virginia, okay?
Oh, man.
West Virginia is crying right now after what I think you're racist for white people too, Bill. I think you equal opportunity racism.
Opportunity offender. I don't mind.
He's only okay with gingers that are from the 1920s.
I ain't cried in a long time, guys. I ain't cried in a long time, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we get accused for not talking about vaping enough, but the live streams just go everywhere.
Hey, Tenacious said you offended all of Texas too, Bill. So
yeah, this is true. I know I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Tenacious.
By the way, Tenacious TX Vape Stan, he's got some sales going on at lucidrda.com. They're posted in the chat. Labor Day sales, 20% off.
I actually opened the link and minimized it so I can look at it after the live stream and do a little chopping.
Well, Sick Boy makes a good point. Half of West Virginia doesn't have internet, so you make a good point. They didn't watch me anyway, or hear Bill. So
Santos one, it's got that damn crank Wi-Fi.
That's my house, man.
No, well, it's better than Bill's. Bill's got gerbils running his fucking internet, so.
I upgraded. I got squirrels in there now.
Oh, my bad. Are we gonna have a savage corner on that now because I called them fucking gerbils?
Yeah, we can end it. Mike there in Mike from EVC. You need a big truck to compensate for what? Small mods?
No, usually it's a small penis. That's what I taught my son. I said, when you see short
squirrel corner.
When you see short, tiny guys in big trucks, that means they have tiny dicks. I've told him that since he was a little kid. So now when we see a big truck driving by with a short guy in it, he just bursts out laughing and pointing. And I'm like, that's right. I taught you well.
How old's your boy, Phoenix?
13.
Right on, man. Right on.
13.
Yeah, that's cool. That's a good day. It was good times, man, right there.
They are. He's a fucking kick-ass football player, too, which makes me a little jealous because I had to work my ass off to be sort of good, and he just fucking was naturally good. And I said, never mind. I almost sounded like Bill there for a second. Me and my son have different complexions. I'll just leave it that way.
Bill, you might want to close your ears, okay? Because I'm about to say I played soccer in high school, so you might want to close your ears, Bill. I know you're going to hate.
Do you mean football?
Yeah. But
I thought you looked Mexican.
how did you know that? Hey, man, for real, though, I was in Florida. And every time I'd go to a Cuban restaurant, they'd start speaking Spanish to me because they thought I was Mexican, man.
Yeah, for some reason, I when I was younger and I dressed differently and I did my hair, I did my whole, shaved head thing. I thought I looked more like I was part of the Aryan Nation, but I would same thing when I'd walk into those kind of restaurants, they'd start speaking Spanish to me and I'd be like,
yeah.
I just wanted some rice and beans and tacos. I don't know what's going on right now. Tacos. I didn't know.
Cuban sandwich, please. That's what I said.
Sorry, we're probably offending we.
They start speaking Spanish to Phoenix, and he's like, backpack.
You know what I just realized earlier when we were talking about Bill being a cop? So
got that.
On this show, we got a guy who's married to his sister in West Virginia. We've got
it's all cool, guys.
We've got a former cop turned pediatrician nurse, and we've got a former criminal addict turned politician turned social worker. What the fuck,
blend, man?
Hey.
That's America, man.
Like Bill used to chase guys like me. Well, the me 10 years ago.
Well, he used to discriminate and then.
That's true. I'm white, so he didn't chase me. He didn't chase guys like me.
5'9".
Yeah, that's true.
You're not a short woman.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Dude, Eric, you want a good laugh? I'm not going to tell you what kind of kid I was, but all I'm going to tell you is you would not believe how many people I went to school with that I ran into when I was a police officer. They're like, wait a second, you're a fucking cop?
Well, my brother's dad, he ended up getting caught with like 15 pounds when he was 18, just graduated high school. And that was back when they would sometimes give you the ultimatum, join the military or go to jail. So he joined the military, didn't end up with any charges, got out of the military and became a cop. So like 2 years prior, he had been busted with 15 pounds. And then, or 4 years prior.
Yeah,
sorry.
Took it off his record. That's the thing that a lot of people do. Yeah, and that's good.
I think that still should be an option.
I think so too, man.
Because
I think it is. I think if you mention that to a judge, I think that they would. If you complete basic training or something, they'll expunge your record.
Because at that age,
what's the country? Is it Switzerland? One of those countries over there actually has a law. Any male, as soon as you turn 18, you're in the military.
China's 5 years, I believe.
Yeah, Switzerland it's 2 or 3, I believe. But
well, Matt Oswald in the chat is from Switzerland, so.
What?
Yeah, see, I didn't know that it was. I knew China. Am I correct? China's 5 years, right?
I think it is. But when you do the Switzerland or Finland or one of those, when you walk out, you actually keep your rifle and handgun that they gave you. You actually keep it. It goes home with you. And they have one of the lowest fucking crime rates in the world because everybody's got a fucking gun. Everybody.
It's common sense, man. That's it. Like, I'm not going to go into a neighborhood. If there's 4 houses in that neighborhood and 3 of them got a gun or 2 of them, I'm not going to go rob them and run out of that house for the neighbor to shoot me down. Now, if I know that none of them have guns, but I'm the criminal and I have a gun, well, therefore, where's that put me? What are you going to say? Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
It's common sense.
I think Bill just found his new best friend, Steve.
Yeah.
That's not, no, just I'm kind of in the middle because I understand that, but I also worked with a crime of life where the criminals did not care if someone had a gun.
Let me change your mind. Okay, I understand background checks and all that's good. But now, okay, take guns from her. This is the reason why we have guns, is so that the government can't overtake and make us a company, or we're going to uprise. Now, if they take our guns with all these little laws here and there, we're not going to have guns. Now, I do agree with gun laws, but do criminals abide by laws?
Oh no, they don't.
Okay, so take Steve's gun and take my gun and Steve's gun. Now, who's going to have a gun? A criminal, because if they're not going to go by the law. So take our guns away from the citizens, then only ones that have guns are criminals.
Yeah. Oh yeah, taking them away? Fuck no, I would never support that. No, you basically said what I believe. I believe in. I think that we need stricter background checks. I think that there needs to be more room to take guns away from people who are mentally ill.
And that's the thing though, is if you're on a depressant, if you're on Zoloft,
right,
or you're on, certain things, I'm talking, if you're on antipsychotics,
yeah,
Resperdal and shit like that, okay, man, maybe,
yeah, Seroquel.
Hey, man, just because I'm Seroquel, you know what I mean, and shit like that, and so that's good. I know you know what's up. So I agree with that. But now this universal law over guns, okay, man. Hey, when I was younger, I did some shit. You know what I mean? Well, that was 25 years ago.
Right.
Now,
I see what you're saying too.
25 years ago, now I can't have a gun because it protect me and my family, me and mine, because I fucked up 25 years ago.
Yeah, no, that's not okay either.
I think they go back 10 years.
Which I think is about right. I think it's about right. My stuff's all 10 years old or older. Yeah,
if you've not done nothing in 10 years, I think that either you've grown up or you've gotten smart enough to where you
yeah.
So.
See, my only thing is I don't think you should be able to have like a fucking Gatling gun.
I agree.
A gun.
The thing with that, now, if government makes these laws to where I can't have, they want to make it no automatics. Do you know what that means? No 9mm with a clip in it. That's a semi-automatic.
Yep.
No clips. You can own a gun, but you can't own clips. Okay, well, what else is there? Single shots and muzzle loader. So if the government tries to overtake us with MAK-90s, M14s, M15s, grenades, and all that, we got a muzzle loader that can shoot one time. What's it matter if we have guns? It has to be equal, or they'll take us over.
Yep. No, I agree with the non-automatic weapons. I agree with that. We don't need fully automatic weapons. You don't need to be putting out fucking 60 rounds in a matter of 3 seconds.
But if they can,
don't touch my handguns, don't touch my semi-auto rifle. I'm good. Yeah.
Is there, because you two both,
I would agree with that. Yeah.
You two obviously know guns better than I do. I mean, I grew up on guns when I was living my criminal life. I had a lot of guns, but I haven't really fucked with them for the last 6-7 years. Is there a way, like say they decided they wanted to keep allowing AR-15s, which does not mean assault rifle for those of you who think it does. That's the brand name. If AR-15 and similar rifles out there, is there a way to like make it to where only you could use it? Only you could use it, not someone who stole it from you.
Trigger locks and stuff that you could install on your gun to make sure no one else could use it. But that's about it. Because do you remember the one episode I showed you that scope that was sticking there? That's on an AR-15. I have a Smith & Wesson M&P AR-15, and I love that thing. I have my 1911. It's a personal choice. I mean, but if you want to get down to brass tacks, what people don't realize is the original M16. Does anybody know who made them? Does anybody? Mattel Toy Factory made them.
Who?
They were all made at the Mattel plant. The people who made all toys for kids. So, I mean, it's you can make it to where no one else can use it but you. The easiest way for me is, all right, when I came home and Billy and Robert were little guys, I literally took that gun, dropped the mag, emptied it, cleared it, made sure there was nothing, and I handed it to him. And he went like this and pointed it right at me, and I slapped him to the side and said, don't ever point it at anybody. But I took the curiosity out of it. If you put that gun in a drawer and say, don't touch it, don't look at it, a kid's going to want to look at it. A kid's going to want to mess with it. You put it in their hand right away and you teach them how to use it properly. I had my sons, Billy and Robert, both firing guns before they were 9 years old. Billy, one-handed, was holding my 1911, my 45, and shooting it like it was nothing. And I could take that gun, load it, cock it, lock it, and leave it on the table, and neither one of those boys would touch it, ever.
It wasn't interesting to him. He already knew what it was, and he knew, And plus, guys like with the background can disassemble a gun. You can take the firing pin out. So if someone does get it, but if something bad starts to happen, and you can at least put it back together and be able to ready to use it too. That's another.
I agree.
Yeah. So
it's a matter of gun safety. No offense. And my thing is all right, I agree. Yes, there should be stricter background checks. But we were just talking about this at my job the other day. I believe there should be an IQ test before you buy a weapon. No offense. If you're walking around with a double-digit IQ, you don't need to buy a gun and you don't need to breathe. We're good.
That's a good idea. That is a good idea.
So I want to point out, Stan pointed out that automatic weapons are technically banned a long time ago.
Automatic weapons were banned a long time ago, and I totally agree with that. Actually, I'm in a very, very, very gun-friendly state. We can open carry here in Las Vegas. But, I can get a suppressor right down the street at the gun shop for my handgun or my rifle. No, it is not a silencer. It is a suppressor.
They're trying to take those away.
They're trying to take those away. I can buy them right now, and I can get them for like $40, $50. That's the funny part.
Get them, because they're trying to take them away.
See, I guess it comes down to, if somebody wants a gun and they want to do something bad, they're probably going to get it no matter what. They're going to find a way. And the thing is, it's like, I think you don't know who's gonna flip out and do something. You just don't know. I mean, you could have double-digit IQ or whatever and don't deserve to breathe, like Bill said.
Well, think about the Unabomber. The Unabomber had one of the highest IQs ever.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I could take my topside duel and beat you in the head with it. But so do we ban all topside duels if I bash your head in with it? You know what I mean?
Here's the difference is, you're right. The Unabomber had a very high IQ, but the Unabomber also had a history of mental illness.
Right.
So he would have got caught on one side or the other.
See, and I think, and although I do agree, like I brought it up, that mental illness needs to be something checked. But I have anxiety disorder, depression, PTSD, explosive anger. I have explosive anger disorder. Okay, but I haven't committed any crime in 10 years. Anybody who, actually, I was 19, so 12 years.
Especially at a yellow light.
Well, I mean, I committed crimes since then, but I haven't been arrested for anything. I haven't committed a crime in 8-9 years, if I'm being truthful. And I've talked to counselors since then who said, classifying you with explosive anger disorder anymore would be untruthful. So I don't have it anymore, but at one time I was diagnosed with it. This whole thing is a thin line because I believe that people should have the rights to protect themselves, and that's what prevents from tyranny from the government just coming in and doing whatever the fuck they want. But I also think that we've got to be better somehow. I don't know what the answer is. I honestly don't know because I don't think there's not one. There's not one because how do you not impede on others' right? And I also don't want I don't know. I understand the concept of armed. I had a school cop or a couple of them, right? In my high school, we had a few school cops that were armed. So I'm cool with that, but giving it to all the teachers is a little bit over the line to me.
No, that's all you need is some little skinny math teacher going off fucking just shooting kids because they don't know the answer to the test.
And I've not seen any school shootings as far as now, correct me if I'm wrong, any school shootings where there has been at least a couple armed guards.
The Parkland one, he ran away.
That's right. That's right. Okay,
but other than that, I mean, in those kind of school shootings, no. I mean, there's the ones where it's gang related and it's not guys going after random people where there's armed guards, but that doesn't really count because those are, again, criminals who don't really give a fuck.
Yeah, these guys are, a chicken, it's like shooting off, chicken shoot.
Right.
That's what they want. They don't want no, oh my God, there's someone there with a gun, so I'm going to pick something else,
Right.
I'll give you a sideways law that you'll like, Eric. Here in Vegas, they have a little secret, and they didn't tell anybody about it, and a friend of mine found out about it the hard way. Now, I have a CCW here, and that means concealed weapons permit. I can carry my gun concealed. Now, if you go to a dispensary, because weed is legal here, you have to give them your driver's license, and you have to register as a weed buyer. So you give your driver's license, you buy your weed, and, they register you and everything. Literally, 6 days later, 2 cops showed up at his house and said, you need to turn in your concealed weapons permit.
What? Because he bought weed?
Yep. Once you register as a purchaser of marijuana, you have to give up your concealed weapons permit.
But you're allowed to go buy alcohol.
Exactly. You can buy alcohol, but you cannot buy marijuana if you have a concealed weapons permit.
That's fucking stupid.
I'd much rather have you smoke a joint and have a gun than drink a 12-pack and have a gun.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, you're not allowed to carry into a bar.
I agree with that. I
Stuff like that.
On me when I'm drunk.
But my philosophy is no offense. If I'm carrying concealed, if you can't see it, it ain't there.
Yeah. Right. Yeah. I mean, yeah. But yeah, I believe that they have the rights to, whoever owns whatever has the rights to say, I don't want this here.
Bill's a former cop, and they're going to tell him he can't buy weed because he has a concealed weapons permit.
Oh, you're a cop. That's cool.
Well, I mean, that's just how stupid it is because I see what they're trying to say is they want to prevent it being used in some kind of crime. But if you can already get weed in that state, why then the black market? I mean, I live in a state where pot is legal. And yes, there is some sort of a black market, but generally the black market is to move it out of state. It's not within state lines that they're trying to do stuff. So I don't know because especially
even with that law. So if I had a CCWP, I just would buy weed off the street.
Yeah.
Go get it. So Bill, even make 20 more laws that go around that. but you know what I'll do? I'll just go this way. You see, there's nothing you can do. I mean, no more laws.
Okay, I'll just go to my son's stash. It's all good.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could always just have someone to go in and get it for you.
Or grow your own or do whatever. I mean, yeah, that's these make it like a universal background. I mean, all these more laws, all it's going to do is take away from the regular American citizen that doesn't go out and get in trouble, goes to work every day, comes home, has a family. It's going to take their guns away to protect themselves and leave a bunch of crazy psychotic people out there that doesn't abide by the law that has weapons.
Yeah.
Well, I don't smoke anything. Weed and me do not get along. Every time I do it, I wind up staring at the ceiling fan for 3 hours thinking I'm going to have an asthma attack.
That's the point.
So
Come on, Bill.
I don't like anything that makes me feel like I don't have control of my own body.
You drink.
And I drink once in a while.
Yeah, but that's the same. I don't know. To each their own, because everybody feels different. Substances is going to make Bill feel different than it makes me. So I'm just talking shit. But I'm the same way with alcohol. I can't do it anymore because I'm like, man, I just feel so nasty by the end of the night, and then I'm hungover the next day, and I just can't do it anymore. I'd rather smoke a J and feel like I'm floating for a couple hours and then fall asleep hella hard.
Yeah. Here, like in Indiana, it's illegal. So, like, I've not smoked since 2011.
Oh, yeah. And it's illegal in West Virginia, too, I bet.
If I was to smoke a few one hit, I would be so paranoid and freaked out, dude. You know how you go, you're like, okay, I don't know if you guys are regular smokers, but if you go a few days without smoking and then you smoke, it's way more intensified. You know what I mean? If you haven't smoked every day.
Sure.
And with the weed these days, man, it's dank. It's fire stick, man. You take 1 or 2 hits and you're blowed out.
Man.
And, you know, it's just, man.
See, in West Virginia, it's in that gray area right now. Like, they just passed CBD being legal, and they're kind of like trying to get weed legal. And then if you were to go, I live on the border of Ohio and West Virginia. So, like, in Ohio, it's been decriminalized for the most part, and you could just go there too. So it's like,
yeah, I know. Yeah, I'm butted up right. I'm like, Ohio, Illinois, Indiana. No, I'm like, come on, Indiana, man. You know.
Well, as soon as they find a way to make a lot of money off of it, they'll pass it there, man.
There you go.
Yeah. That's all it takes.
Yeah, that's all it is. Tax it, or make a. If they're trying to figure out how to make more money than Illinois and Ohio and California, and as soon as they do, well, we'll make this much money off of it, boom, they'll leave. And then it's not bad. Isn't that funny how you can go to jail for 20 years or 30 years or life over something, and then they can just say, it's not against the law no more.
See, that's why I think they should pass it on the reason, because I don't think people should be going to jail for having that. You know what I mean? I mean, I get it. You're going to get more people getting DUIs now because it's going to be legal, and then they're going to make that money off that.
Make your money that way, yeah.
But I don't think you should be throwing people in jail just because they have a dime sack or a dub.
If it grows on the earth, who are you to tell me I can't? You let me eat potatoes. You let me eat carrots because you say they're good for me. Well, weed grows. Why can't I get now? I could smoke a potato and no one would give a shit. You know, weed, you know what I mean? Weed grows. Why can't I get it? If I could eat weed, but yet I can't eat weed or even have it, and it's illegal because they say it is. It's done.
You got them potatoes?
Yeah, you got your potatoes. I got the dang, man. They're the red ones.
That's a hard way to get your dose of nicotine, man. Yes, Aaron, I have smoked out of a potato too. Yes, potato or an
I've smoked out of apples, potatoes.
Apples, that's right. Not potato. I did an apple.
Well, no, potatoes people do too.
Hey, yeah. I used to put a sliver of an apple in my bag to keep a good.
I used a cantaloupe one time.
By the way, Billy Cooper, which is Bill's son, said that he's a one beer queer. That's what he said.
That's
Now
it,
I'm
man.
offending people.
Fucking Patron tequila when it comes through.
I quit drinking because I feel like Eric said, drinking makes me feel like I just can't do it anymore, man.
Yeah.
I like to be able to control myself and be able to drive my car too. You know what I mean? Like I don't want to ever be left somewhere and have to find a ride and stuff. So that kind of stuff just doesn't suit my lifestyle anymore, man.
We have a secondary representative who comes by every now and again, and they want us to send them patients. So the lady brings us like little bottles of Patron tequila, stuff like that. And I've been giving it to my son, but because he called me a one beer queer, I think I'll just keep it myself and age it and give it away to somebody else.
You know, and these days, you know, with you can smoke that'll help you wake up in the morning, get you going, man, and then at night to crash you out and help your muscles and shit after work and stuff, man. That's back when we were younger, man. That, you know, hey, weed was weed. It wasn't, you know, no up or downer or whatever. So how they've scientifically figured out, hey, smoke this indica in the morning, smoke this sativa in the evening. I think that's pretty cool, man. I mean, me personally, yeah, it's something else, man.
Well, I feel like on that note, we're going to call it a show.
Why are we calling it? It's an easy one.
Because, Bill, I can't take your face anymore, Bill.
Me neither.
I'm tired of your face.
I second that.
Nah, I got a couple things I got to get done right now. But
we got to say one thing that we never fucking said, Steve.
Sure.
God.
We will leave that for the end. I want to let Mr. Buddha Vapes tell us where we can find him, where we can subscribe, where we can, get a hold of him.
All right, subscribe to me on YouTube. It's Buddha Vapes. Did reviews, tutorials. If y'all leave me comments or something, man, I'll try to do videos on what you want. On Instagram, it's all lowercase, Buddha Vapes, one word, _USA. That's pretty much what I'm on. I'm on Facebook, Buddha Vapes. So, but yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I appreciate you guys having me. Had a good time. I ain't cried in a long time. Boy, my cheeks hurt. Had a good time, guys. You know, y'all.
I just subscribed to you earlier tonight. I subscribed to your channel earlier tonight.
Right on. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna try to keep throwing out videos, man. Just get everybody off these icky sticks. It helped. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for that. So vaping saved my life, man, and that's what my channel's about. I'm just doing that, and that's what I'm about. And I appreciate it. Thank you, Mountaineer. I appreciate it, Steve.
Yeah, no problem, man. Thank you for being here. I do appreciate you taking some time out of your day to kick it with us. Hear our BS, kick it. It was good, man.
Had fun, man. I did. Anytime.
Mr. Cooper, would you like to say something?
Yeah, you guys know where you can find me. I put up a satirical type of review, a couple of wise-ass crack comments. So if you guys ever want to check that out, I wound up being forced to do a review for a coil that was the size of my Wicked RDA. You know where you can find me, Cooper's Vaping View. And I will pass it to Eric this time.
What? Did you say my name? What?
You're not paying attention?
Are you going to say something interesting?
I was gonna let you say something interesting.
I was going to get a quick snack so I could listen to you talk. You know what I mean?
Oh.
He's eating crayons.
Well,
as long as it ain't paste, we're good.
I only like lead paint.
He's going anonymous. Watch out.
thank you all for joining us tonight. I can't fucking breathe right now, but thank you for joining us, Buddha. Just don't fucking ask. It's my fucking shit, Steve.
Okay, let me just fix my mustache.
You better. That's a fucking ugly ass mustache.
Is it? Is it though? I mean, is it really that ugly?
No, I'm just jealous.
Okay, thank you.
Since it's 7:22, I guess we're towards the end here, and You guys know where to find me. Yeah.
Where?
I give that a 4 out of 5.
He's got it. He's got it down. Good job, guys. This is smaller than my fat face, and it's kind of weird because my.
It looks like if I would be wearing it, you know.
Give your son back his mask.
I got a blue little house with a blue little window and a blue carpet, 'cause everything is blue for him and himself.
Was that original?
Little boy blue.
Oh, yes.
No idea over there.
Is he broken over there or what? What's
To not smoke weed. That's what. Do you see what happens?
Yeah.
So what happens when they legalize it in your town?
West Virginia has enough issues, as you can tell. We don't need weed here, okay? We have enough
They
problems.
just use moonshine.
Yeah, well, that's Kentucky, but, you know. Close.
No, my brother-in-law's from Southern Virginia. He makes some really good moonshine.
Bill, that's 2 different states. West Virginia.
All us here from the South.
Yes.
You're from a borough of Virginia, right?
Yes. The western part of Virginia.
Like, I'm from Indiana. No, you're not.
So, yeah, I will just take it over where Eric left off because I think he's broken. I think he's frozen. But yes, okay. So I do thank you for being here, and I want everybody in the chat, if you could go subscribe to Mr. Buddha Vapes. You've been a good guest. You were very talkative, so I think that's a good thing, man. You were very good for the show tonight. That was good.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, guys.
Usually we only have to hear Bill talk. You know what I mean? And it just I can't take it anymore, man. You know what I'm saying? No, we love Bill here, actually. But everybody in the chat, I do thank you. I thank Eric over there for playing with his mouth like that. That's sensual enough. Yeah, so
rest my cheeks, guys.
I think while you guys have me in this professional looking state, we are going to be talking about Eric and I are trying to start a different, I guess, a second channel, and it's going to be not vape related, but it's going to be more like comedy style type deal. So we haven't really decided what it's going to be or how it's going to be, but if you guys could, kind of check it out when it goes up. I think, Eric, if you want to say something too, I don't know, but
yeah.
Oh, now you're back.
I'll give that a 5 out of 5.
We have no fucking idea what's going on yet. None. We just know that vaping isn't going to be around forever, and we want to keep doing YouTube.
But I still am. I'm still gonna do this, and I'm still gonna do
right.
My
Same.
As well, because we both enjoy this, and we both enjoy doing reviews, and I don't want this to go away at all. Yeah. But I kind of just want to have another channel as well.
A backup plan, and a place to do things that we want to do that isn't vaping.
She was bringing me the fleshlight.
In a place that we can go run away from Bill being racist. That was also part of the plan there.
I want to be able to go out in my yard without Bill telling me to get out of his yard. You know what I mean? Out of his lawn. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want to be able to do.
If you were fucking squatting like a chihuahua, I wouldn't tell you to get off my lawn.
Don't make me excited, Bill. Okay?
Looks like you got my chihuahua on your head.
I actually think it might be something cool to talk about in not this week, obviously, but next week maybe is like, because it does look like there is the distinct possibility that 9-10 months we won't be able to do this anymore. So,
do you think? Really?
It's a possibility. I don't know for sure, but.
I mean, we all hope not, because I personally do like doing this, and I like it, but
It's just not. It's because it's not just the government. It's YouTube itself too.
Yeah.
It's YouTube itself. I mean, for
Facebook's
me,
already coming hard.
And I think if the government eases up, I feel that they're going to ease up. I know it's a big scare, but I think they're going to ease up, and then YouTube will. Honestly,
that is YouTube goes the way of the government is kind of what I've noticed. They're harder on us when the government's being harder on us. Yeah. No,
I mean, the only thing, Eric and I have a fallback as far as Facebook because you're the resident reviewer for Squonk America, and I'm the resident reviewer at Squonk Life. So, I mean, we do have some semblance of still being able to do reviews. It's just a lot more limited.
Well, the problem is if they start, logging up the pipeline of products and then nothing comes out, what are you going to review? I mean,
that's what I'm worried about. It feels like 2016 all over again.
But it could be like you said, it could just be a scare, and I mean, it might.
Agreed.
It might not happen. I mean,
I feel that it's too positive and healthy of a way alternative from smoking, man. And I know they don't, and the big tobacco's on it right now and all that, but I just don't think that they can stop us all.
People are vaping back here.
I just don't.
Black market
They know what people's vaping on and getting hurt. And you know what? Hey, one person died from vaping stuff that we don't vape. It wasn't regular vaping, and one person out of a decade or more has died. What do you say about cigarettes? Put it up against cigarettes or alcohol or anything else. Well, I mean, anything nicotine related. I mean, I get fired up, man. But yeah.
No, we know it's wrong, but I mean, I just lost a job because of laws changing in my state with vaping. Had a whole shop closed that employed 15 people, and it was $1 million. It was on track to be $2 million this year had the laws not changed.
Few pieces.
See, but that's the thing. That's why you're just starting out in reviewing, and I hope your channel gets up there and grows, and I hope that the shit doesn't happen because you should know now as you're starting to review. It is fun to review stuff, especially in the beginning. Yeah. Everything's different, and you get to find new products. All that stuff is very exciting, and then it seems like every time you want to do something around the corner, there's someone telling you that's not going to be here. You can't do this. That's going to be going away. And
it's been stressful because last year this time it was Senate Bill 3319. Then nothing really happened with that, but we are all stressed as fuck. I know.
And I seen that. I'll watch you guys, and I'm just not going to let that shit get to me, man, because I honestly believe that I just don't. And if it does, man, that's going to be a sad day.
No,
our government wants us to smoke and die instead of something alternative. It's okay if we use their nicotine gum or inhale their nicotine or any alternative they make money off of, but this alternative, which is proven to be that much better than nicotine gum and all that Chantix bullshit that you dream want to kill yourself or kill somebody with. I mean, come on, man. If our government's that horrible, then I think we, the people, need to voice it.
I agree.
I just don't think they'll do it. Honestly, I hope wholeheartedly. I hope not.
We all hope that, man. Trust me, because we all feel like it's saved our life in one way or another, and it's stopping you from a death from cigarettes. And it's just like now, like I said, I'm not going to quit my channel because I like doing what I do. If I have to find a way to do something, I will. But I do want to have, like I said, a secondary channel just because I enjoy doing YouTube as well. I do like YouTube. I find YouTube to be a fun place to be, other than some of their restrictions that I don't like when they say that just because you're a vape channel, your shit won't be shown as much.
Or monetized.
But you put thousands of dollars into your channel, but you can't make money off of it. So I don't like that at all. But I do enjoy the people I've met, and I do enjoy meeting people like you that also enjoy vaping. I find the community to be very good. I find them to be, for the most part, very nice. And it's just been a good time.
A summary for me is I'm gonna continue with optimism, but I'm also gonna prepare
For the worst.
for the worst in case.
Expect the best, prepare for the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, there's only so long I can keep this hair mustache looking nice, and I don't know how much longer that'll be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'll run my channel until YouTube shuts it down.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, me too.
So
Demonetize
the wheels
myself,
fall off.
whatever. I'm not making no money. I don't ever
Yeah.
plan on making no money. I buy it, I vape it, and that if it helps me stay off smoking cigarettes and stay alive, that's what I'm going to show
See,
you off.
and you'll learn because everybody told me, oh, once you hit 1,000 subs, you'll start getting sent hella shit. Nope, not if you're honest. Not if you won't say what they tell you to say. So I still buy a majority of mine too, and I'm at 34ish, and I don't give a fuck. I like having the freedom, because subconsciously when you receive products I get some stuff for review, I do, but subconsciously when you receive stuff, you're like, oh, they sent me this for free, right? That's still going to be somewhere back in your mind. That's human nature that I was given this as a gift, right? And so you'll still be honest, but there's going to be part of you that you don't realize that is kind of watering it down just a tad. Just
I thought
a tad.
of that a lot. Yeah, I thought of that a lot. And there's a good way. You don't have to trash a company. You can just say, hey, this is what's fix it.
Well, that's hard for me because I like trashing companies, but
yeah. Yeah. If it's shit, it's shit.
Yeah. What did I do? I toned it down. There was one review I did where I really trashed it, and people who I'm close to are like, man, you didn't have to, you were a dick. I'm like, oh.
Well, it pissed you off.
Yeah, it did. It pissed me off because they rushed it to market because it was a while ago now, but the top side had just come out, and I felt like they rushed it to market because it was like a similar innovative squonk type thing, and I was like, they rushed this shit out because they didn't want to lose the market 100% to the top side, and if they would have actually gone, and the reason I was so mad is with proper research and development, it could have been a really great product, and instead they rushed it out how it was without fucking making sure every little detail was right, and that shit pisses me off. And then consumers are paying for something that is, halfway through development instead of something that is fully researched.
And be like, oh, this sucks, man. I'm just gonna smoke.
Yep.
I mean,
there's people who save up for a year to get a mod, right?
Yeah.
And for me to think that could be the one mod that someone gets, it's like, fuck that. I'm gonna call your shit out.
Yeah, I put Terra 15 $20 back every week.
Yeah.
Just to buy products.
Yep.
I mean,
that's what for a while I felt like, I mean, even before I started doing reviewing, I would buy stuff off 3F Vape. You know what I mean? Because that was like the best place to get stuff for cheap. And I still use that website now, but
yep, it was the Hugo Squonker, Louis. That's what it was. Yep.
What was it, Steve? Where'd you say? Freedom Vape?
3F Vape.
Oh, 3F. Yeah.
Well,
I'm trying to think of this one website where Nikki B told me. Shout out to Nikki. She told me this one website I can't remember, but you put the name in of what you're looking for, and it show you all kinds of different, element vape, vapor DNA, vapor L, whatever, and who's cheaper.
Yeah, I've seen that site.
Man, I can't remember what it's called now. But,
I think.
Vape Crawler.
Yeah, yep, that's it, man. Vape Crawler. Yep.
Yeah, I use that. Yeah, I sure do.
I just found out about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Vapor L has a damn sale on, man. Hey, check this out. I got the Holic RDA, the Drop Dead RDA, and crap. Oh yeah, the Pulse 24 V2 for $52.
That's a good deal.
With 2 to 4 day shipping and taxes for $52. Labor Day sale. Go check them out.
Oh, that's a good deal.
That's a good deal for if you want to review them too, because then you're getting 3 RDAs at the same time. You can kind of put some videos together, string them together.
Yep. And I thought that was a damn good deal for. Man, you can't find a Drop Dead anywhere for under $25.
Yeah.
I mean, I got it for, it was $15. Yeah.
That's a good deal. Like that's kind of deals you get from 3F Vape, but you got to wait like 2 weeks to get it.
Yeah, this was all in the U.S., man. Yeah. It was Vapor Ale, but they had a Hong Kong warehouse and a U.S. warehouse. Some had some colors, some had the others, you know what I mean?
Yes.
But, yeah, it was a good deal.
Well,
Yeah, guys, man, hey, I appreciate you guys having me on, and I had a great time. My cheeks are hurting, you know.
well, we appreciate having you, man, and I'll hit you up some other time and you can come back on the show, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. Anytime you got me, man, just message me.
So goodbye, everybody.
You guys.
It's 7:38. Goodbye.
Oh, 10:38.
7:38. Fucker.